Pull-ups are a great upper body strength exercise, and they're very convenient because of the lack of equipment. Another great thing about pull-ups is that unlike push-ups, they rarely get too easy. Pull-ups are also great for maintaining certain angles of shoulder mobility. Pull-ups are classified as an upper body vertical pull. Keep this in mind just in case you're running a push-pull kind of program, that the muscles used for a pull-up are dynamic antagonists to the muscles used for overhead pressing. Because most people just starting out will not be able to complete a full pull-up, I've separated this tutorial into 4 separate videos, labeled 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarters, and 4 quarters. Each quarter will represent a progression to the last quarter, or a less regressed version of the pull-up, until you get to the 4th quarter, which is completing an actual pull-up. The first thing I will cover is grip. On a straight bar, you will have 2 options. The first one is a supinated grip. This is when your palms are facing you. The second one is a pronated grip. This is when your palms are facing away from you. The pronated grip can be done with a full grip, which means your thumbs will circle around the bar, or with a false grip, which means your thumb will be on the same side of the bar as your fingers. A neutral grip is also an option, but isn't relevant for a straight bar since it requires its own bar. The supinated grip will usually be easiest because it involves more muscles. The pronated grip will usually be hardest because it excludes your biceps. On the other hand, the harder option requires less shoulder mobility. Neutral grip lands somewhere in the middle since it also excludes your biceps, but it does include your brachioradialis, which is an elbow flexor that has optimal pulling force when you're in a neutral grip position. To set up, you're going to stand 1 inch in front of the pull-up bar and adjust the bar or stand on a platform so that the bar will be just tall enough to leave about 1 inch of slack. In other words, your arm should not be completely stretched. To complete the movement, bring your arms to your side and squeeze your armpits. Then in one motion, lift your arms up, grab the bar, and pull your chest to the bar. I want you to imagine like you are elbowing the ground as hard as you can. The reason I say to squeeze your armpits before the movement is to take advantage of the elastic component in the muscles. The second pull-up is always easier to develop than the first pull-up because you're coming from a fully flexed position to a fully stretched position, and your muscles and tendons act like a rubber band by storing elastic energy through static bonds. To mimic this occurrence, during the first pull-up, you can just squeeze your armpits for a few seconds before completing the pull-up. At this stage of your pull-up progressions, it's already worth noting that you shouldn't do any partial range pull-ups. Pull as hard as you can, over the longest range of motion that you can achieve, and never go shy on range for an extra rep. Also, don't jerk your chin over the bar. If you are not strong enough to pull your chin all the way over the bar, jerking your chin over the bar will not increase pulling strength, you are simply deceiving yourself. Unlike negatives that are very damaging to muscle tissue, and static holds that rate very high on the rated perceived exertion chart, this unstretched or compact version of a pull-up will leave you with much more fuel in the tank, so feel free to have fun with it because there isn't too much to worry about.